Hello everybody, welcome to a live stream. How we doing today, Friday? How we doing today? Hello everybody. Well, today we're gonna work a little bit on this. I just scan this. So it's time to ink a little bit. Hope you guys can listen to me, hear me. Uploading the stream, maybe I'll upload it, maybe, I don't know. If it goes well, I want to today to work a little bit on this drawing of Viper that I did yesterday, and I scanned. I think I need to change a few things here and there, and I say, why not stream? It's Friday. Yeah, I'm here. I made it. So I want to fix a few things, you know, that I realized after flipping the image that the character needs, he needs some tweaking here and there. So why not do it while here? Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it on YouTube, but last stream was a kind of failure. So I didn't like how it came up, like all the issues that I have with audio and stuff. So hopefully this time is fine. And yeah, I was like, should I stream? Should I stay home and stream a little bit? Should I do something better with my life? Maybe this is what I need to do. Sometimes, you know, it's easy to not to do anything and then procrastinate a little bit more. But you know, yesterday I felt like I didn't do much, so the guilt tripping is real. And that's it. And I'm retouching, changing a few things that I think I couldn't fix or didn't realize. So yeah, so I'm tweaking, moving things around, you know. Thank you so much. It's been a while since the last time I streamed with the interface and all of that. I was thinking, do I need that? Not sure, but here we are. I'm probably gonna be inking something else too. I'm not sure, depends on the mood, depends how we go here, and how we're feeling about life. A comic book cover? No, it's not gonna be a comic book cover. I just decided to draw her to start getting used to the character a little bit. I was like, oh yeah, it's just the character came out, people are playing with the character. She seems to be a bully to me. She seems very annoying to deal with and very hard to play with. But the character, you know, kind of like made for my art style, I feel like. So what I'm adjusting is the angle of the body before, you know. Like when I did the drawing, the original drawing, the proportions were a little bit, the flow was a little bit stiff. And then after like tweaking, I'm like, okay, it needs to have that roundness that is missing. And I think because I was like working on construction that I didn't think too much about it. And then when I flip it, because I flip this, then I can start seeing, okay, this is like, it needs this and this and that. And yeah, let me see, zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the difference. This is straight from the scanner, by the way. This is not like any line art that I did on the computer, so you can still see the pencils. So yeah, you know, like changing a little bit. You're going through a life situation. Hope everything gets better for you. Ibuki. I don't know if I'm gonna be drawing Ibuki anytime soon. I actually have a I took more work for covers, and I have a bunch of covers to do. So I don't know if I'm gonna be drawing Ibuki anytime soon. I did draw her before. I know it's a very requested character too. Yeah, subtle changes, you know, especially for the face, proportions, etc. I also talked yesterday how I feel that I mess up this a little bit, this drawing this section of the sleeve, I guess. And so what I'm gonna do, because it was a traditional painting or artwork, I could not erase, change. I think for Viper I should do something a little bit more complicated, I think. This is a very standard basic pose. Don't feel like this is like sticker worthy or anything like that. At least to me, though, I don't feel like this one is. I didn't think about it as like, I'm gonna make a sticker out of this one. It's like too simple. It's too simple. But yeah, right now I feel like I don't want to do any of these things, but I am forcing myself a little bit here to just to sit down and do the work, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like too much like drawing much today. Hey, thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you so much. I rarely get any subscriptions like GIF and stuff to Twitch. It's okay. It's good when it happens. Yeah, there are other stuff with the hair that could be improved. Illinois. What's in Illinois? What's going on in Illinois? So what I gotta do that I can is something I cannot do traditional is to find where I wanna put that. Sometimes it's easy to draw it like upside down. So the character is like this, and then we have the arm, and then we have the hand, and then we have this. Oh yeah, Combo Breaker, yes. I actually applied already. I sent an email to Combo Breaker for them to let me know. Frosty Faustin, probably. I think they're not ready yet to take any applications. I've been checking conventions to see where I can start applying. I think it's still a little bit early for that. Yeah, sometimes a little bit early, and then I'm super late. She has something here. There you go. Feel better about that. I would want to. Oh yeah. Yeah, I would like to go back to some conventions for sure. And yeah, that looks better. It's like these things you have to think about, that cylinder of the arm and then build around it. Sometimes I try to go further without thinking too much about it, and then I pay the price. Like saying as this. Gotta go make sure that it rounds around the arm, and then it has that vibe. Maybe like this. The idea is to avoid like a straight line, because then it looks weird. Even if it's straight, like make it a little curvy, then it's more natural. I'm gonna use a smooth for my brush. Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, forget that smoothing is there for line art. No, yeah, way easier to do this kind of sleeves and things that requires more a precise line. Yeah, easier, way easier. Because why you're gonna suffer when you can use the tools? Yeah, I have other sketches to show you guys. So I'll do that later in a while. Just wanted to correct these things. Okay, now we're talking. Hey, what are you guys doing, by the way? It's Friday. Yeah, thank you so much. I can buy me a coffee. You guys can support my addiction. Huh? Wanna buy me a coffee? No, this is not a cover. I'm just trying to get used to the character and have fun and draw her face and have fun, you know, a little bit. She seems like a very easy character for me to draw. I did it. I did it, boys. I did it. So now time to replace what I did. I have no music, but I'm listening to some city pop music in the background. That's kind of sucks because I would like you guys to listen to with me together, but copyrights pain in the ass. The hair is fun. It's not that bad, but I can see why it's complicated. But it's just like big one in the middle, two on the sides, and whatever you want to do on the other sides. Yeah, so we clean. I haven't even cleaned the page. You can see all the dirt from the scanner. Okay, that looks better. Maybe a little bit smaller. So let's merge that. And let's merge this, and let's see the before and after. This is flip, by the way. I flipped the image to correct. Still feel the neck. The anatomy of the neck will be improved. Sometimes I do the neck just like, oh, use some shadow there and that's it. But if you actually make the neck proper, should be something like this. Clavicle. Clavicle. Shoulder. And then the neck, from here we have this muscle that goes from the back. And then the neck should have more of a curvature. Assuming that the ear is here. I think also I drew the ear too low. But yeah, you see the necklines here doesn't match with what I have in the back. So this is like something I like to do is just correct myself the next day after finishing a drawing. You know, maybe still need a little bit of light for that neck. But you know, correcting yourself. If you can see a mistake or something that is a little bit off, and you can fix it, or it's like practicing, it's like learning, it's like, okay, I think I can fix that. So we can put black here. And I like to keep a copy just to see how things change. You have to know how much you want to correct and then compare to what you did before. Sometimes you correct too much and you start like tweaking shit too much, and when you go back to the previous sketch or the ones that you were correcting, and you realize, okay, man, like I need to mix or like meet in the middle between what I did before and what I have now. Yeah, okay, I like more of the neck. Okay, so I'm gonna merge some of these things and clean. I could try to use some base flat colors just to color it really quick, but I usually say that and I end up like coloring everything. My friend always tells me like, dude, you always say just gonna have a little simple colors, and ended up like doing a bunch of stuff. May I see the different versions full screen? Well, you guys want to see how things change? Okay, yeah, sure. I lifted the ear, lifted that eye, shifted the mouth so it matched with the center line. Made the shoulder a little bit longer. Changed the jaw a little bit. Also the breast, changed that. And the waist. You know. This is a problem when you use a lot of construction. And I did a lot of construction because I was practicing construction to come back to that, and I build the muscles and everything. But you know, there's a price to pay after that. And I forgot, like, things should like round, like you know, that gesture drawing, that gesture this needs to be there too, you know. But you know, don't be too upset about things, you know, or not upset, but disappointed. It's just part of the process, you know. I was practicing all this anatomy of the muscles here. It's subtle, but it makes a difference. Yeah, keep drawing, man. Are you playing 2XKO? I have a PC. I'm sorry, I have a Mac, so I actually don't play that many games, man. I just been playing Street Fighter. I downloaded like Silk Zone, and I even touch it. I wanted to download another game. I didn't touch it. I wanna play Silent Hill. I didn't even download it or buy it. Like, I'm doing all the things, and then as soon as I sit down for play a game, like, I know myself. I don't spend too much time playing that, you know. Okay, I'm gonna clean this. And I'm gonna save too. Somebody asks, Spliff Mom ask, how much it costs to hire models? It depends on the model. It hasn't changed that much in a long time here, at least in the US. It hasn't changed. I think they deserve more for the time they're working on. But I also understand that there's students that are like practicing, and if they want to practice a lot, it turns into a lot of money. So that I don't say much about it, but I feel like it could be more for the models. I think I used to, when it's like a private session, I will pay around 150. But usually it's not like 3 hours. Sometimes it turns to like 5 hours. So it depends on the vibe of the model and stuff like that. I haven't done that, actually hire a model, for a long time ago. I used to do it before. Then I got a girlfriend. And then I was not hiring models to be in my house to draw then. Also, it was COVID. So that kind of like dwindled down, like. But I would like to do it again. I don't know. I've seen some of the live drawing workshops, and then I go there. I'm not doing that many figure drawings as I used to do before, when I was like practicing consistently all the time. So that's have changed. But sometimes I think, yeah, it would be nice to hire a model, and because sometimes the poses that you get are like, I don't know if I want to draw that pose, or like that's something I'm looking to practice at the moment, and then you can change it. But yeah, it depends on the model. Maybe if the idea is to get some friends, gather some friends, and then first ask the model, and then say like, hey, like how much you charge for like hours, for this many hours, and you just make sure to, like, if you're gonna have snacks or not, or you're gonna help with the gas payments, or where that person is traveling from. And then ask your friends, okay, dude, let's put $50 each, so then invite 3 friends, and then you can pay 150. I don't think the models get that much money anyway from like live drawing sessions, especially if only a few people show up. I want to leave some lines here, like not completely clean, but yeah. There you go. I really didn't need to leave the glasses there. I did it with pencil, so it's easy to erase. I didn't want to commit with the glasses in the original drawing piece. I feel like okay, watching this made me wanna skip games with the homie and just draw. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's so many games, and I play Street Fighter. Sometimes I play way too much, and I know I can play other games and leave these and start playing games. But man, like, you need to have some consistency or some restraint to sit down and draw. Because I would to like sit down there and just play fucking Street Fighter, but my way of thinking is like, nobody cares if you play that shit, or nobody cares if you have like whatever rank you have or whatever, you know, like it doesn't matter at the end. Like, even if you're really good playing that game or whatever, it's like you're kind of wasting some time there. Yeah, I could do that, and an extension to your desk. Sorry, I'm missing some messages. I gotta move my tablet of my tiny ass desk to game. Well, that's another thing that is like, you have to move it and say, well, I better draw a little bit more. And that's how you create habits, right? You like set up your environment for that. And I'm not saying I'm the fucking amazing example for that. I try to apply that when I can in my life, you know. But it's one of the ways to do it. Like, you know, we are like, our animal brains are kind of like set up for. I mean, if I see some chocolate there, I'll fucking grab it. If I see something in there, I will grab it too. So I try to do the inverse. If I want to go to the gym, I have my clothes ready, I have my water ready, I have things I set up, I look at the booking, I book the class, like I push that to, you know, make me go to the gym or do something that I usually wouldn't do that much. And so like this, right? I finish the drawing, I scan it, and I just sit down for a while. I could have gone for a nice walk. It's a lovely afternoon. The sunset is pretty nice, but I said, well, yesterday's stream was a fail, and I've been saying that I want to stream more often. So yeah, it's Friday. Maybe some people want to see some, well, whatever I'm doing. Maybe I can motivate some of the people to do some stuff, and you know, you do that, and things start changing, and then you're like, oh, end up doing a cool drawing. Now maybe I'm feeling a little bit better. I was like, not sure if I was gonna do this or not. Same with the jeans. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't wanna go, and then I go and I push it, and I say, oh man, that was good that I came all the way. Happened to me last Saturday. My friend, she's like, oh, you're gonna come to the gym tomorrow? And I'm like, I usually don't wake up that early, but I was like, you can wake up early and then do some exercise and push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone. And I did it, and I ended up doing 2 hours of high intensity cardio, and I felt great. So yeah, sometimes you have to go and break that little wall that is there. That wall can be made out of paper, very flimsy and thin paper, but you're on the other side, and then you think it's like a concrete wall, but it's fake. But that's it. The brain is like, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to do too much shit today. And you know? Or like, oh, I want to do some fucking exciting shit. I want to go and watch a movie or do the things. Like, you know, rewards. And this is a reward, but it's a different reward. Like, more have the pressure, like having you know, having the pressure of having followers, I'm having you guys, having people who follow my work, people who are motivated. So then it's like I have a responsibility. I have to keep going, right? So that's a good way to keep accountable. I'm gonna turn on some lights here because it's dark. So, do you? I need some water. ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと待ってください。Okay, any chance you'll be at Orlando Comic Con? I apply again. I'm waiting. I'm early applying, so hopefully I could get in there. Applying to all the conventions that I couldn't get. I need to go back and talk to the people of Anime Expo to see what I can get. When I go to Dragon Con, I've never been to Dragon Con. True, less excuses the better. Do you do anything additional when drawing, like music, shows, or movie? I was talking last time, but yesterday or the day before, my last stream. Not yesterday. That you know, I start working or doing something and my brain's like, oh, we need to put a video on YouTube, and then the video on YouTube ends, and then you're always gonna like interrupting yourself trying to find the next video you're gonna be watching, right? And then with music, feels like it's not enough like input, like, oh, I'm watching videos and shit like that, and I think it's more of a social media, you know, like looking at Instagram and looking at this app, the amount of input, just looking at videos like non-stop consistently, and like fucking animal brain just looking at shit all the time, that when you wanna like relax, it's like, oh man, I'm bored. Like I notice myself like watching a movie and then there's some dialogue and then I'm like, oh, let me see, and then I start like checking my phone, and so it's like, okay, dude, like I think that the worst is when I'm playing Street Fighter. So while I wait for the match, I'm checking the phone, and then I put some of like Instagram reels, and then I just left it there, and then repeating like in a loop, and I'm playing the game. So it's like fighting the game, focusing on that, and then all the sounds of the background, and then that shit like looping, and it's like, bro, like calm that shit down, and like fucking throw away the phone somewhere and maybe play the game or find a way to relax. And but this is what happened when you're at home, right? You're fucking the phone, and you're like, oh, I wanna see what happened with the messages on Instagram, and then they get you through there. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I gotta check my friend in Instagram, or I got a message, and you get notifications, and you have to like control the notifications, and it's just a pain in the ass, man. And like, I have my phone, and I have some Ticketmaster apps shit showing up in my watch, and like, why do I didn't ask for this shit? Like, why am I getting notifications for some concerts in my area? I don't fucking wanna know about that shit right now. It's like, dude, like, you know. So I have to go and turn it off, and notifications, turn off notifications. I was getting like some notification of some live stream from some people I follow, and I don't want that now. I didn't ask for this shit. Like, you're pushing me some notifications for live stream, and I check, it's like if I actually like went there and I checked, then like give me notifications of live streams, and I didn't do that, and I had to like toggle off. What's going on here? Some dogs barking. Dude, every time it's Friday, it's all like, I don't know, Friday night. You know, it's that vibe that people are doing shit outside, and it's just like noisy, and the helicopters. I'm in LA, so all very. Sometimes it's you can feel it, like, you know. Does it make sense? I don't know. But yeah, like I try to not get too distracted with YouTube. You find something and then you get more videos related to that. So I'm finding myself going back all the time to history and then delete it. If I saw a video just out of interest, I'd go back and delete that. So my feed is not like cluttered with that shit. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's too much input, I feel. And music, I'm fine. I have some playlists that I like to listen to, especially since I went to Burning Man. I have some playlists of like this DJ that I play at the Burning Man, and it's like 2-3 hours. And last time I said I'm gonna play this, it's 3 hours. I used to commit to this and listen to the music. I went to 1 hour and a half because I got hungry, and I did something else. But I was like, okay, this is a 1 hour or 3 hours of nice music. I'm gonna focus here. And when I was doing this Viper, there was no sound. It was like 11:30 p.m. And I was like, oh, this is nice. There's no, everybody's sleepy. It's like quiet. I didn't put any music, and shares are flowing, right? Right? Do you collect art books yourself, dude? All of that shit there. That, there. Have way too many books, dude. It's a trap. And this guy is amazing. It's just, you look and, yeah, that's kind of like, look at this, and you say, okay, I need to go back and I keep trying. Yeah, so for shows, I'm not watching any shows actively. There were times where I found a show like Better Call Saul or other shows that were more like light-paced, and I watched those, and that will be enough. And I will watch a whole season. So sometimes a good show is good. Videos in YouTube, I don't know. It's too much stuff going on and noises and shit. I don't know. I think it's too much stuff to think about. But if you're in a good mood and you're drawing and you have the right music, and it shows that you know will distract you, something that you have to look at it. But you have to look at it. Sometimes dialogue you can like see, oh, these characters are in this scenario, they're like talking. But it's something with action or they're saying something important in the plot, and then you have to look at it, and you know, it's like watching a superhero movie but you're not looking at it. I was looking at watching some Japanese classes, but still you have to look at the kanjis to see what they're talking about. Yeah, I want to dedicate a little bit more time to my Japanese since I'm going to Japan this December, or November, December. So I want to practice a little bit more of that. Nihongo! 日本語の勉強をしなければならないんです。Oh yeah, REIQ, I met you at SuperCon years and years ago, and now I'm an artist myself. Gracias por todo, feliz. Of course, man. Congratulations to your artist. I know people, you know, time passes and It's like, oh, I just started doing this, like, my drawings in 2020, and now I'm really fucking awesome. Like, you see, I saw you guys. I saw the improvement. You took a picture and you put it on PS? No, I actually scanned this. I have a high-end scanner thanks to my patrons. So let's merge. So this is before. That would be so fun. I had a trip to Japan several years ago, but COVID canceled. Yeah, I've been going frequently. This year I've been twice. Twice to Japan. To these conventions. Yeah, I could go faster. Maybe I can color this very simple. And I'm leaving some lines that they don't make too much sense. You know, when inking. I don't need to clean that. You know, some artists get really anal about cleaning every little thing. Sometimes I get like that too, but sometimes you gotta leave that shit in there. Also, the lines that I use for the shading, I did this on pencils, and I want to leave that texture there with pencils. You know, I want to like clean it. I want to leave that pencil there to create some textures. Yeah, I need to make a new book. I need somebody who wants to like help me build that. Also, that's something I have to do. I said I was gonna do it yesterday, and I didn't do it. So I need to. You'll think that after all these years, I have one folder unified with all my prints, but no, I have them all everywhere. So I need to organize. I better write that down. Okay. I need to organize like my files, like high res, to have it in a folder so it's easier. But you know, after sketching all of the drawings I've been sketching, I'm building unconsciously the new book. You know, sketching and cleaning, and because I'm all the cleaning I do for my drawings, and cutting cutting some task for the future, right? Like cleaning, and so once I have to put the book, then it's just opening the image, dropping them where I want them to be, and that's it. Let's do some quick rendering here. Some shadows. See what you guys are saying. I had a dream to pick up Japan. Nice beard. Yeah, you know, I actually dye my beard. You know, I'm getting some white hair, and there's a little bit of dark there, some magic, and bam, back in the game, bitches. Any chance we can new sketch brush pack? A new one. I don't make brushes all the time, man. It's just the same ones I keep using. You know? I know artists have like a bunch of brushes like that they make, but I'm very limited with that. I don't have like a bunch of brushes to sell. The ones that I have available are those ones I've been using, and those are enough for me. And some brushes that I use I bought from somebody else, so I'm not gonna be like, hey, I copied this brush and now you can buy it now. You know what I mean? Is this dude? What's up, Christian? How you doing, man? I forgot to reply to your message. I was gonna say that we had to, get together for some videos, and also, I need to give your stuff back. It's here. Mada koko ni imasu. Still here. You know, I like this. Color's fine. But, you know, some red calls for some blue, purplish, like, from the background, like a little bit there. There you go. I feel like Bob Brush, just a little bit of purple over there to increase happiness and variation, color variation, you know? I like drawing along other artists, currently drawing too. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. Let's draw. Oh yeah, I watch sometimes movies on YouTube channel. Yeah, YouTube has a lot of old movies and some cool ones that I'm like, oh man, they have this movie here. Last question. I know you collaborated on some sketch collection or art collection, but would you ever make your own art book? Or did you already make one? Yeah, I have a bunch. I've done a bunch of books in the past, not recently. People have been bothering me. That's kidding. I've been asked a lot about when I'm gonna make a new book. To be writing a script, yeah, I know. Sorry, man, I distract you from your duties. Oh, yeah, some highlights here, some highlights there. Don't sweat it too much. Well, thank you so much, guys. Makes me happy, you know? Sometimes I forget about that you guys like the things I do. Let's add some skin tones. She's a little bit red brownish. Brownish. But we can build that. Okay, buenas waifus. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, brown is one of those colors that you can change so much with a little bit of red, with a little bit of yellow, and with skin tones. That's for sure something that can influence. Like, one of the tricks or tips or whatever you want to call it for coloring brown people is to a little bit of red, a little bit of green, a little bit of reflective sky light, a little bit of blue, a little bit of red here and there. You know, there's little subtle variations that will make the skin tone nicer. Sometimes a little bit more pale, lighter, you know, like the chest, you know. People get tan. So what is this? And that variation in colors, you know, want to make it rich. So have your references. You know, for example, if I'm gonna work this brown skin tone, I wanna go with this base color, and I want a little bit of lighter spots, just very subtle, and but I'm not gonna do any of the same layer. For example, the face, add a little bit of like lighter color. I don't see it. Maybe a little bit lighter. There you go. Maybe a little bit of yellowish brown here in the chest area. We want a little bit of lighter, maybe desaturated. Yeah, a little bit of desaturation. Legs here. Then we can add a little bit of red, and red I use multiply, and with red I use a little bit here in the elbows, in the cheeks. And yeah, you can play with that. Just a little bit of variation, you know, it really helps. You can also render everything with the same range and then add those variations. It's up to you. And we're gonna do some shades, shadows. We're gonna go dark, and we're gonna keep going to a cooler shadow tone. It's amazing how subtle contrast can still go. Yeah. It's me, but I feel like the colors are more saturated than I'm doing. I don't know. Something weird here. Yeah. And using multiply. I don't want to use multiply. You can use a lot of like layers to do your coloring, your shadow. That's fine, but it's not that fun, you know. Using layers to generate the colors, I enjoy more like painting, painting the colors, adding those colors there, instead of like relying on a multiplier. You know, I want to know what kind of color I want to put there, like have a little bit more of control. Then you can add some other highlights and other effects. But if I can do it on my own, then it's a good way of practicing and think about the color you are placing there. Is that the right tone? That's the right amount? Is it like too saturated? Is it not that saturated? You know? Like I see a lot of artists using blending mode with layers, which is a good way to do it too. But you know, you also want to think about what you're doing. You know, don't let the layer do all the job. You're just gonna have to render, and render is fun. Trying to figure out the color. Is it like warm color? Is it like a cool color that I want to put there? Does it make sense? And you know what kind of color is gonna come out of that. Yeah, because when you wanna add the shadows and you wanna like play with the saturation, I don't know. I think you can do it. Obviously, you can definitely do it. It's nothing that is wrong or anything, or this is the 5 mistakes you're making with your art. But I feel like having both ways is good. A little bit of multiply layer here and there. A little bit of manual rendering. It's also fun, as I'm doing this for fun. So maybe a little bit of like manual rendering, so you feel the form, and multiplies, right? So it's either your shadows using multiply are gonna be really saturated or too dark, and if you don't use a flat color, then start multiplying on itself, then start getting like way darker. But that's just me. I'm not saying that you should not use multiply or any of that. But I tell you what I like, you know. A little bit of softening those face. My biggest mistake in my art is being lazy. Yeah, dude, right now, being an artist requires fucking commitment. You gotta commit, man, because it's not the most like, you know, it is fun, but you know, it's like going to the gym sometimes. And I haven't done any digital color in over 2 months and a half. I've been just doing pencils and sketching, and if that's the level you want to do, then it's fine too. You don't need to be like finishing pieces unless you are working for a company, you know, and you need to finish some work and stuff like that. But since I haven't done any work right now for any companies, I need to go back to my roots and do a little bit more of pencil work and have fun with that, and yeah, like just go back to it. Because I was thinking about it, you know, going to some events like Livebox or other events where there's a lot of students and you see them drawing everywhere, and they're drawing and having, you know, that the convention is going on, but they are like drawing and focusing on that. You just draw because they're like so passionate about it, and that passion can like go. You know, when you're learning, it's exciting, especially if you see some improvement, then you get hooked. But I feel like after drawing for many years, keep up with that energy, or like, oh man, I wanna draw this and that. You know, it's things get in the middle, life gets in the middle, and then you are like not drawing as much with that intensity. That's just me talking, you know. But once you go back to it, you're like, oh man, I'm having a lot of fun and this and that. But again, it's a battle. Too many things to do, too many things you can work on. Practicing, things you need to practice. A little bit of like dark in there. Let's see. ¿Cómo estoy? I'm doing pretty good. Sketching a little bit, adding some colors in the boobas. Talking like a fucking kid. Biggest mistake, it was more like shit for me because I don't understand color very well. I choose to stop and lean color more theory. Yeah, do some painting, just look what you see what kind of color it is, change, have fun with that. Yeah, social media is a fucking sucks. For artists even more, like, and even if you're like trying to follow the people you've been following for a long time and you want to see their work, it is getting so difficult. All the time I get like suggestions, follow this one, or showing me posts of stuff, and like I'm looking at my feed, one artist that I know, 3 people suggestions, one random advertisement, maybe another people I'm following, then some other videos. It's like, dude, I just want to see the people I'm following, and that's not how it's working. It's not working like that anymore. I see the message. I'm gonna wait for my friend's suggestions. Okay, let's do a little bit of the face. Let's put some highlights. Let's put some highlights here and there. Let's move this forward. Probably too close to the image. I can't remember the eye color of C.Viper. Like a brownish? Okay. Blue sky, yeah, haven't been too much into blue sky or doing anything there. It's not enough time, too much social media stuff. So you gotta, as an artist, you gotta post on Twitter, you gotta post on Instagram, you gotta do the share on Facebook, you have to answer the comments, you have to put on YouTube, you have to send the merch, you have to do this other thing. Like, bruh. Blue eyes? Really? Are you sure? As an assistant, what are you gonna do? There's not many things to do here, man. I have somebody working for me for orders and stuff, but probably not the most reliable for booking conventions and keeping track of stuff. I love her. But some people are good at certain things, other people are good at other things. So let's add a little bit of blush and a little bit of color into her eyes. You have to think about like a makeup artist. Let's add a little bit of color into those eyes. A little bit at the top. Let's add a little bit of another like purple there, yes. And then let's put a little bit of sparkling, because we love sparkling. There you go, looks a little bit sparkling. Then, yeah, you go. Pa, 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 pa. Now the lips. The lips. The lips. Lip, lip, lip. Lip, 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 lippy. Well, guys, if this is the first time seeing my live stream, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to add a like and real. This is no AI. Yeah, just, you know, follow the channel if you can consistently. But I need more motivation. Change lips. Change lips. There's a light here that is annoying me. Let's turn that shit off. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got Twitch. And there. Some of you are from Twitch, I can see it. Coloring live stream. I like to do more like traditional. Coloring is fine. This is very simple, so it's not that complicated, so I can talk about the process. I wanna have some like delicious highlight in the lips, in the middle of the lips, in here too, here as well, and then some reflective because she has some thick lips. Reflection. Reflections. Glossy. And then a little bit more on this side. And this lip should be it's gonna delete this. I'm gonna make it right. The peak, this is the shape. Didn't do it the right way. Yeah, you can correct yourself. It's nothing bad. So yeah, I have another layer there. Let's open that mouth. A little bit there. Some lips, some shadows. Yeah, her eyes are light blue. Damn it. Damn it. Temer. Oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah. It's actually true. I can sense the Viper coming out of it. Yeah, why not? You can add some other colors there. Yeah, like a purple dark. Let's get some of those anime vibes, adding a bunch of colors into stuff. Some green, and that's some yellow. Let's see. At some comes set or key art of the oval, even they show her. I have the concept art there. Yeah, I guess if I look really close, it's actually blue. But it looks like brownish. And this is what happens when you start like doing too much rendering. You lose all that simplicity. Start over rendering stuff. It looked good close, but far away, I don't think I need all of these. So there's decisions to make. I think she also have like a bigger pupil, like this size. There you go. I'll be designing her swimsuit for a cover. That'll be fun. I'm gonna find like a nice design for Viper's swimsuit, and then Capcom will copy that and then put it on the game and don't say anything. And listen to some great city pop music here, man. Oh, I got we're in 200 viewers. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my live stream, checking the channel. Viper-san. Viper でござる。Yeah, so like I said before, if it's the first time you have seen my live stream, make sure to, follow. Like, I don't know, say something, man. Tell me you're real. Well, I painted those glasses there. It's a little bit of an issue here because this eyebrow is like connecting to the glass. So I have to make some decisions here. Sometimes you gotta clean to make things very easy. Easier for the people to read. Even though sometimes your brain will figure out like I think the brain can see two things at the same time, two eyebrows or two things, but it won't find weird because it could be one or the other. Rackhawk. Thank you, my friend. Jota 90 surviving. My friend Easy has done the Capcom Bikini issues too. Looking forward to it. Yeah. I actually got some copies. Oh, my legs. Ugh. So yesterday I did legs. Forget to stretch a little bit, guys. Yeah, so I got this stuff from Udon. They sent me some issues, and I got my cover that I did for this year. It actually looks good. Like, I like the printing of the covers. I know I work for them, so, and it's not like I'm selling this, but this is a nice printing. Like, I like the work to be as close as possible to what I do. And obviously, digital, it won't have the same vibe, but like the camera. But it looks pretty solid. Yeah, it looks nice. Good printing. And so they sent me a couple of these. They sent me this one too. This classic artwork from C.Viper. Send me other covers from all the artists. Some other variations and stuff like that. But yeah, they sent me only like 10 issues of this one, my cover, so I'll bring those to some conventions maybe and then sell it there. And I also have my own exclusive still on my website. Not that many left. It's here at in the list. Even my Chibi Judy is there, but this is mine. No, this is mine that I have on my website, on my shop, and you can get it there. And yeah, so many covers of swimsuit, but you know, mine is the biggest one. Yeah, this camera is Studio Apple display camera, so it does the whole tracking. It's kind of cool, right? Okay, let's paint the dress, the clothing. I'm waiting for that one. I saw that your store you had that cover as a print, but surprised that it was Tron. Yeah, because I did Tron for the first version, and they told me they didn't have the rights for that one, so I had to replace it for Hinata. So if you want to have Tron on that variation, it's the only place where you can get it. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, I was doing leg day yesterday, and yeah, it's good. I've been going to the gym consistently, been doing a lot of cardio work. Oh yeah, see. Florida conventions. Yeah, I wanna go to what's the name of that? Orlando MegaCon. Feel that suit. I know she has like a clothing on top of that, so I'm gonna do that too. Some kind of mesh. Oh no, I'm painting on the wrong layer. I'm glad it's flat color so I can and paste and paste and then paste in place. Yeah, I did it on the wrong layer, but I kind of catch myself there, so that's good. Yeah, it's feeling this. You know what? I'm gonna do with the lasso tool. It's way faster. Yeah, it's just the autopilot mode. There you go. Okay, so we add more selections. So if you're new to my YouTube channel, I have a bunch of tutorials. I have other live streams and other things. Yeah, I can also show you the Morrigan, which I haven't even cleaned. This is from the scanner. Scanner. I should make my course. Yeah, make my how to draw sexy girls with REIQ. I noticed when I did this that I need to move the eye. The eye looks good, but it needs to be moved. The construction of the face goes there. Nose, lips, mouth, tongue, lips, eyes a little bit more close. Some little tweaks here and there. Anyway, I did that. This is just pencils. Well, anyway, I wanted to show you that. And I scanned it like 600 dpi, so this is real close. Anyway, so I'm gonna continue here. So I wanna go with some shadow shapes. You know, when doing shadow shapes, wanna make sure that we make a big. We don't paint little by little, but we make a big statement. And what I mean by a big statement. Let's see, her clothes is white. So I'm gonna turn this a little bit to the saturation. By statement, I mean cover more. Right, so cover a big section with shadows. You know, don't think too much about rendering certain like folds. As long as you convey that it's like this is in the back and this is in the front and it's rounded and there's some shadow casting there, should be fine, right? So use big shadow shapes and that will help your drawing, your painting. You see, I'm painting from not too close. Saying here, how can I add a shadow shade that will make the effect or the feel that is more rounded, like a cylinder? So, right. So, I think that's a good way to do it there. Saying here, how can I make that look more like a cylinder? Right. So, if I like rendering a cylinder, I will do that. If I want to make sure that this looks like a plane, so I'll add more shadow and be a little bit more softer here, right? And then I'll add some shadows along the seams, along the folds, along here, shadow shapes casted from other elements. Very subtle. We don't want to add like a lot, just a little bit, Yeah, see. But that's me. I want to keep it simple. I know other artists will get more complicated, and if I feel like I'm over rendering, I will flat a little bit the colors. Same here with the torso. I want to make sure it looks that it's rounded, and that's when like a little bit of how you call that shit? Terminator. The Terminator. We got a little bit of a core shadow with a soft brush. It's a little bit. But yeah, we don't want to distract too much. Just make sure that the opie looks rounded and volumetric. that's my style. For this drawing, I want to keep it like that. Just think about big shapes, big shapes there. You can add, that will be the next step, is to add a mid-tone. So how do we add a mid-tone? Let's select the main light tone. I don't think you can see my color choices. Yeah, you cannot see my color choices. So smooth that shit in here. It's right there. Right, so if we select here, this is the main, this area here. Cannot see my cursor, right? You cannot see my cursor. You only see whatever. So I'm it's gonna lower a little bit the value, and then you can paint in between these two values, in that value, and you create like a little bit of a mid-tone, very lightly mid-tone, very subtle, but the eye can see it. It's great for like little folds like this. It doesn't, you will think that it's not a big deal, but the mid-tones, you can really add details with the mid-tones. It doesn't have to be that complex, but just a little bit of that will create some good effects. Some mid-tones. You see? It's fucking awesome. But you have to keep that mid-tone there, né? Don't start like blending that. In terms of what I mean, blinks don't like have be that value, the maximum value that you will get out of the brush. You know, and that's why multiply is not the best one, because if I do this with multiply, it will get darker and darker. Do some lines like this. Suppose reminded. Are you painting over a scan of a traditional drawing? Yes, that's correct. And this is the problem. I was showing the mid-tones, and I need to add other elements for the characters that are looking more complete. And for that, we're gonna merge, and then we're gonna color the rest. She has a dark. This needs to be added, and now we're gonna start seeing the character more. Oh, dude, I think I'm gonna be leaving in a while. I have a party to go. In 1 hour and a half. Gonna be dancing my ass off tonight. Chotto mate kudasai. This is also dark here. Great Morning Sketch. Hey, your all warm streams have helped me a lot. Thank you so much. How many layers I use? Oh, I don't know. I have a bunch of layers here. I'm not thinking too much about the layers. And I use a lot of layers. And then if I need to start merging, I duplicate the file, save another file, and merge the layers. You never know. And then you keep merging and making new files. Yeah, of course, man. I'm gonna be here for a little while, so I'm not leaving yet. And again, I painted in the wrong layer. Because I'm talking to you guys. It's your fault. You made me do this. But that's it. I fixed it. Yeah, I don't think too much about the layers if your software can deal with it. But there's a point where you know, if you really want to be more effective, like maybe start merging some layers after a while. After a while, you're like, oh man, I think this is fine. I like this. Not a bad idea either. Yeah. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining the live stream and being here. You could be anywhere else, but you're here. So I appreciate you spending time while I color this. So I will be coloring this alone on my own. But you guys are here. Are you guys still there? 209 people. Ah, you're focused on the assets. So I wanted to ask, how is the live stream quality? I haven't had issues yesterday, but it seems things are improving. Appears. Okay. But yeah, those are the layers. I'm gonna move it away because I don't want to have those layers there. There's a lot of things that can be added. See how this stuff looks. Oh, I saw I forgot something there. Okay. See how this looks. Twitch is weird. Okay, I hear that lurkers don't count in the views, only active chatters. What? Completely random question. It is for a beginner rollerblader. Yes. Bend the knees. You gotta bend the knees. Don't forget to bend the knees, man. See a lot of people like falling in while skating because they don't bend the knees. Bend the knees. Ingrid, when she comes out, I guess. Yeah, bend the knees and balance. Like getting one leg. You don't even need to like skate. Just get on one leg and then balance like forward and back. See how good is your balance on one leg and the other leg too, right? So that will help you if you're skating. Have balance in one leg. You just move around and try to see how well can you balance yourself while you do that. So you can do some little exercise for your legs, little squats can help. Yeah, so balance. You don't need to skate. Just stay in one leg to the other. Bend those knees. Yeah, you bend the knees, and I tell people, like, be like a bear, like this. So when you're skating and you're gonna fall, you're already like, you're not gonna go backwards, because people start skating and they go backwards, and they fell in their ass, they break their necks, and you don't want nobody breaking necks. Okay, I'm gonna add some little touches. Oh yeah, I forgot another thing. Little details, man. Little details here and there. So I like to make a new layer on top of everything, line art, and paint over things, and then make the drawing look a little bit cleaner. So drawing on top of everything, painting on top of everything, something that I do a lot. You know, can add some nice highlights without worrying about the line art, you know, or because you're working on top of everything, it'll be good. So you can paint, you can change things, and that will create a cleaner painting, just painting on top of everything. It's a good way to clean, to add highlights or add extra lights. I like to add it in a different, in a layer of top of everything. So if I'm gonna use this, I'm not gonna do that under the line art. And that's the time where you gotta design shapes. You can break free from the line art. I wanna break free. Right? Painting on top of everything. Oh, thank you, man. top of that, go to the top layer, and add some ring lights, add some little highlights here and there. Can like do this, can paint up top of everything. Juicy, juicy. Yeah, definitely running forward. Yeah, always forward. Fall forward, my man. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you like it. So what's new in my life? My new in my life is that I've been going to the gym a lot. I'm getting stronger. I've been drawing a lot of things. I've been in my house, taking my time here, enjoying my place. I'm gonna be traveling soon to Japan at the end of November. And meanwhile, have some concerts to go today. In a while, I'm gonna dress and I'm gonna go to downtown to dance. Party time. And that's it. I've been booking some conventions. I need to pay for some play mats or desk mats. People have been asking for them for a while now. And I need to actually pay for those. And yeah, just seeing what, Well, I have a situation with my website. My prints are not available right now because the company I used to print the prints, our prints, was acquired, it seems, by another corporation, and service has not been the best, and it's actually I have to discontinue all the prints because I have so many issues. I have to do some refunds, and right now I'm placing orders in different online shops that can do printing and test the quality and delivery times and all that. So not the most fun thing. Yeah, that's where I've been. Yeah, I mean, I knew at some point the things are not infinite, right? Things happen, things change. So I knew at a certain point the service might change, the prices will go up, things start changing. So I've been using them for over 6 years, so they're really good. But things are out of my control. I'm trying some other companies to see what's the vibe. I figure I need to get rid of some of these lines here. Let me duplicate these in case I make a sketchbook so I don't lose those lines. But these I don't need. These I don't need. These I don't need. Iranai mono keshimasu. Deleting the unnecessary things. I haven't added any effects yet to these. I did add some light in there, but I can change those shapes later on. Not the main thing I need. Also realize that the thighs have some panties, so. Muted. Oh, don't tell me Twitch again muting my stuff. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Wanna add something in the background, like a little texture of some sort. No audio. What about now? Damn it, dude. Twitch sucks. That's why they're like, so Twitch sucks. What about nothing? We're not gonna give you nothing, sir, nothing. I don't know what's going on. Do we have audio in YouTube? Okay. Yeah, but how gonna be muted in one place and not in another? Hey Ray, I finally caught one of your streams. We briefly spoke at San Diego Comic Con and asked you if you will ever teach a more business-centric class about being independent artist and stuff. You said you have some videos. Yeah, I have those videos. I need to put it out there. I don't know why Twitch is muted for some reason. We can't hear you. I know! When you're working on conventions, do you have to eat honey or candy, something like that for your throat? I mean, I'm not singing. But no, I don't. But sometimes I have like candy throw for that stuff. I wanted to show you guys something. I'm gonna show you the original scan versus what we have done today, so you can see the difference from where we are. And we haven't even done any effects or anything like that. So we were here, we came here. Dude, I don't know what's going on with this Twitch audio.